What's going on, folks? Here for another wrestling rant. This is the weekly rant I go on about the wrestling that I watched this past week. And boy, oh boy, we got the happenings of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite, Summer Collision, because I did look at just a couple of things and I'm like, all right, enough of this. And the granddaddy Summerslam. So let's get right to it. All roads were headed to Summerslam. We got Gunther, CM Punk had their face off past Monday. It's fine, did what it did. Nothing too crazy. We also had, had the tribal chief and Jey Uso. They did their thing, but were left laying. It was. You knew what was coming for SummerSlam. So everything, all roads were building up to SummerSlam. Raw wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't eventful before SummerSlam. It was just everything leading up to it. Then we had NXT, which I didn't see. I didn't see any Evolve either. It was busy. Dynamite. So MJF is out of the Hurt Syndicate, which, why was he in the first place if they're going to kick him out immediately? It seems kind of dumb. Also got, the opening match set the tone for me. It was the Young Bucks and Okada. Yeah. Then we had then Moxley and Adam Page had their rematch. It wasn't the main event, which is wild to me. The World Heavyweight Champion isn't the main event of the show. Crazy, right? But it wasn't, and the match was boring, and Page won. Whoopity-doo. Glad Moxley didn't win. Everyone's glad about that, but Page is already boring as a champion, so, yeah. Yeah, but, then Darby Allin showed up to do a dive for some goofy reason. I don't know what's happening over there. And then I saw an article. Was ready to an article that MVP was upset how the Hurt Syndicate is being used in AEW. I'm like, well, what do you expect? Everyone over there is microscopic compared to those dudes. And then we got SmackDown. The SmackDown, gotta be honest, I didn't watch it. I only saw a couple of highlights because SmackDown is not interesting to me. It's just not interesting. I mean, other than Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline stuff, and that's getting real thin because I'm just not a fan of the MFTs. Don't like them. They suck. You got Tonga Loa, Bigger Loa, and old short dude. I forget his name because I don't care. And it was SmackDown. SummerSlam night one. I like night one more than night two. Gotta be honest. And by comparison, I like night one more than night two. Night one, yeah, with Seth Rollins. I don't know how many times I watched Seth Rollins who drop those crutches. You know what? They had me hook, line, and sinker. And I watched every episode of Unreal, and they still managed to work me. They got me. I can't even lie. I'm not gonna lie about it. And night two was fine. There was a lot of spots in night two. That's where all the garbage matches happened. I mean, the tag team ladder match was fine. I watched it. It was exciting and dangerous, man. Candice LeRae, woo, man. I just knew, like, yeah, she hurt. I just knew she was hurt, but hey, she took it like a champ. Cena ultimately won. Cena won. Cena not win. What am I saying? Cody won, and now he's the Universal Champion. And Brock Lesnar came back. The F5 Cena. So they're going to run that back, on Cena's retirement. Cena and Brock. So we'll see what happens with that. I know they can't go too hard because I know Cena's winding down. He only got 4 months left. So let's see what happens there. Then Collision, what I saw Darby Allin chloroform Moxley and attempt to throw him off a balcony. I thought to myself, what part of wrestling is this? That's not wrestling. This is just kidnapping and murder. Where's the wrestling? What wrestling angle is this? I don't know. So there's that. But that was my wrestling rant for this week. Again, a lot of stuff when I'm uninterested, I can't do it. I'm not gonna write a detailed thing about something I don't care about. I mean, I like the product overall, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, some of this stuff is just filler and I know it. And it just drags on. But y'all let me know what y'all think of your wrestling you watched this past week. How you like SummerSlam? What night you like first? Night 1 or night 2? Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Peace.